Namaste and welcome to Yin and Restorative Yoga. My name is Michelle Chua. Grab a couple of blocks if you have them, a strap, a blanket, and a bolster. And let's begin in any comfortable seated pose. You might find it helpful to feel more relaxed and to lengthen the spine by propping your pelvis up, maybe on a folded blanket. And take a moment to settle in physically and mentally. As we've been revisiting, re-exploring practices to help balance our energy centers called chakras in Sanskrit, we've been each week focusing on one of the 7 main chakras. This week, we're focusing on the 4th, which is heart energy center called Anahata chakra in Sanskrit. Anahata means literally unstruck. Unstruck in terms of resilience. And this area, as I spoke about in yesterday's practice, governs the area not only of the heart organ, but of the surroundings. So we've got the lungs. We're going to be infusing quite a bit of different pranayamas, ways to regulate the breath, to invite energy flow, to balance in the heart center. And it also, as with physical yoga, right, we can't separate the mind with the body, with the breath and the spirit. They all are affected. As we affect one, it ripples out into the other aspects of our being. So through physical postures, through breathing techniques, through mental focus and meditation, the purpose of this practice today is to bring awareness of how you're feeling in your heart energy and to help balance that. So let's begin by checking in with ourselves. As you're sitting still, tall, and comfortably, you might close your eyes and you might even rest a hand on your heart center, which is at the middle of your chest, and maybe another hand down below the belly button, just to help bring more attention to your physical body. I invite you to start noticing what sensation in your body is most calling your attention right now. It could be sweatiness somewhere, or tightness somewhere, or itchiness, or pulsing sensation. And allow yourself to just feel into one sensation after another, without any need to judge them as either good or bad. In fact, can you practice welcoming all of the sensations that you're noticing as bits of information from your body? Energetic qualities we may experience when our heart chakra is in balance is the feeling of naturally welcoming whatever's happening in the present moment, having the trust and confidence to be with it, even when it's something uncomfortable. This taps into the heart of the heart chakra, which is unconditional love, pure love. Also, we feel a sense of harmony, balance of being, balance of giving and receiving loving energy. We feel a genuine connection with ourselves, each other, and the life around us, including nature. Sort of like the color of my shirt today, the color frequency of heart chakra is green. Imagine being surrounded by thriving green trees in a healthy forest. You might imagine the air fresh, filling your lungs with vibrant life force energy. Now let's check in with the breath. How are you breathing right now without controlling it, without changing it? As you feel the smoothness or depth of the breath, notice how you're feeling in your overall energy. Now bring your awareness to your mind and heart, observing what feels most alive in you emotionally right now. Maybe there's layers of emotions. Can you observe them and just hold space for them? How does your mind feel? Does it feel easy to focus on the present moment, or are you feeling tugged by a thought or a story in the past, or about something you have to do later in the future? Observe the energy of your mind. Now feel the physical support beneath your body and press downward into that surface as you invite a deeper inhalation through your nose. Feel free to release any sound as you open the mouth to empty the breath. Gather in an even deeper inhalation, allowing your collarbones to broaden like a wide smile above the heart center. And even longer, exhaling through the mouth again. Feel the very bottom of that breath when you've reached empty. And once again, invite an even deeper breath in, feeling the four walls of your rib cage gently expand. You might even feel the breath fill up your belly too. And then draw the exhale out to the very end. I invite you to continue deepening your breath. You might join your palms in prayer at your heart center, a symbol of union, reverence, and gratitude, as you acknowledge anything right now that is supporting your peace and well-being. You might think of what brings you joy in your life right now. Offering gratitude for these things is another practice of awakening our heart chakra. Now, as you start to narrow down a focus or intention for today's practice, consider this. Are there any areas in your life right now in which you would like to bring more harmony, balance of giving and receiving, feeling of authentic connection, joy, forgiveness? And then set your intention for the practice. Remembering that our practice is not only to serve us here, but to serve all of us, the collective well-being. I invite you to choose somebody besides yourself that you might like to extend loving kindness to by dedicating this practice to them. And now, in the beginning and end of our practice, I'll invite you to chant the Bija mantra, or the seed sound that evokes energy at the heart center. And that sound is something you might make when you're tasting something delicious. Yum, yum. So you might imagine the color green thriving at the center of your chest, expanding with each breath as we prepare to chant 3 times, yum. Let in a deep breath. Yum. 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 As you continue to tune into your breath, as I mentioned, the lungs are an important part of balancing the heart chakra. If you're sitting cross-legged, I invite you to switch the cross of your legs to balance out the stretch you're already receiving in your hips. And I'll invite you into a breathing practice called Durga Pranayama, 3-part breathing, which helps to relax your nervous system and really gain a sense of breathing fully, using your full capacity of breath. And it's done by closing the lips and imagining that your torso, which includes from the bottom of your pelvis to the top of your neck, is divided into 3 cross sections. The first cross section is from your belly button down to the bottom of your pelvis, all the way around. The second encompasses most of your rib cage at your mid torso. And the third is your chest, your upper back, shoulders, and neck. So you might place a hand at the top and at the bottom. And what we'll do is inhale 1/3 of the breath into the lowest section, then pause. We'll inhale another third into the middle and pause. And we'll inhale another third into the top. Holding the breath, we'll focus on relaxing, observing the body. And then through the nose, we'll empty the breath really slowly and hold the breath out, relax, and observe. That's 1 cycle. Let's practice 3 cycles together and continue for 3 cycles on your own. Then notice how you feel afterwards. All right, you might close the eyes here to help you visualize where you're breathing into. Prepare to begin by emptying this breath. Into the first section, inhale 1/3. Pause. Into the middle torso, inhale 1/3. Pause. Into the top, inhale 1/3. Hold your breath, relax your body, observe it. Through your nose, very slowly empty the breath. Hold the breath out, sitting tall and relaxed. Second cycle. Inhale the lowest section. Pause. Inhale the middle. Pause. Inhale the top. Hold the breath in. Exhale very slowly. Hold the breath out. Third cycle. Inhale lowest section. Pause. Inhale middle. Pause. Inhale top. Hold it in, relax. Exhale as smoothly as you can all the way out. Hold the breath out. Now on your own, I invite you to continue 3 more cycles of Durga Pranayama. When you finish, relax into natural breathing. Observe anything you feel. Let's start to practice another breathing technique, which will bring us into our movements and our postures. It helps to balance your energy while calming and focusing your nervous system. It's called Uay Pranayama, or victorious breath, and it's done by closing the lips and softly constricting the back of your throat while sustaining your breath equally in and out through the nose to create a very gentle, smooth, whispering sound that you can listen to as an anchor for your mind. Listen to a few cycles as you're creating your rhythm now. Taking your time to use the information from three-part breathing to feel the full capacity of the in-breath. And just as slow, emptying everything out. Without holding the breath in or out, focusing on a smooth transition between the breaths. We're going to ease into some gentle movements before we hold our yin and restorative postures to help us warm up. So please start to make your way down into tabletop pose, hands and knees on the floor. Spreading your fingers wide apart at the top of your mat. Stack your shoulders on top of your wrists. Step your knees a couple inches behind your hips as you parallel your shins hips width apart. Let's begin cat-cow. Listen to your breath. While you inhale, glide your chest forward and slowly coil it up, gazing up, cow pose. While you exhale, contract your abdomen, dropping the head to round your back, cat pose. Again, draw your heart forward and roll the shoulders behind you and down. Press the ground away with your hands as you exhale to lift the belly towards the spine, dropping your head and tucking the tailbone under. Keep going at your slow pace of mindful breathing. And notice how it feels to slow down your movement as slowly as you're regulating the breath. As we focus on heart chakra today, we continue to work with opening the region of the chest, upper back, neck, shoulders, even the arms and wrists, the surrounding areas. We also had a request to help release tension in the lower back, which we'll add into. On your next exhalation, tucking your toes, lift your hips high and press the tops of your thigh bones back, entering downward facing dog. Begin to explore movement here, however your body may need to loosen up. You might pedal your feet slowly to gently stretch the backs of your legs. You might add to that, swiveling your hips left and right to stretch into the outer hips and the sides of your torso. You might also add shaking and nodding your head, really to help relax the neck while you lift the shoulders back away from it. Feel your hands rooted, fingers spread as you lift your weight up through the hips and down through the heels. Pressing your chest towards your shins. Rotate your outer upper arms towards the ground and lengthen the neck by dropping your skull. Now let your eyes steady on one spot, focusing your gaze, your drishti, for another 2 deep breaths. Listen to your breath. Start to walk up to the front of your mat, entering a standing forward fold with your knees very bent. Separate your feet at least your hips distance apart and parallel your second toes to each other. Tilting your weight as far forward as you can balance. Let's bring the arms behind your back and interlace your fingers. See if you can hug the heels of your palms together. Otherwise, you can hold a strap between your hands. As you breathe in, bend the knees and lift the chest, drawing your sternum forward while you roll the shoulders back. Keep the hands together and exhale, fold in, completely dropping your skull. You might start to shake and nod your head to loosen the neck. And for a few deep breaths, keep stretching your arms away from your lower back. Bend your elbows slightly and lift your shoulders away from your neck. If you notice tension in the jaw, take a few rounds of fluttering the lips or sticking out the tongue and stretching the mouth. Now let the arms fall, bend the knees even deeper, let the head hang free. And with a slow 1 or 2 breaths, begin to roll the spine as if you're stacking one vertebra at a time. Do it very lazily. As you reach towards the top, circle your shoulders up, back, and down. Lifting up through the crown of your head, broaden your chest. And bring your hands to meet at your heart center in mountain pose. Sense as you're spreading your toes, you're also spreading your weight throughout the four corners of each foot. Rooting down firmly, feel the energy rise up your legs, activating their muscles as your tailbone lengthens downward towards the earth right between your heels. Feel your pelvis right below your shoulders. As you lift up through the back of your skull, allow your chin to soften towards parallel to the ground. Notice the sound of your breath. Reconnect with the feeling of the intention, the energy of the words you said to yourself at the start. Let's move with that feeling, that energy, as we offer gratitude to the sun in half sun salutations, Ardha Surya Namaskar. As you breathe in, sweep your arms forward, roll your shoulders behind you and down, looking up towards the sun. As you breathe out, you might bend the knees, hinge forward from your hips. Press your hands either on two blocks, your legs, or the ground, and inhale, lengthen the top of your head forward to rise halfway up. Exhale, drop your head to fold in again. Firm down to your feet as you inhale to sweep your arms forward and rise all the way up to stand, rolling the shoulders back as you gaze up. Exhale, joining your hands from your crown. Let them meet down at your heart center. Now let's continue as a moving meditation. You might even close your eyes and really tune into the sound of your breathing and pacing your movement to that sound. As you breathe in, sweep your arms forward, roll the shoulders back, tilt your heart up. Exhale, bow forward from your hips. Press your hands on legs, blocks or the ground. Inhale, lengthen your spine forward, drawing the shoulders back. Exhale, bow in, maybe a little deeper. Press down to your feet. Inhale, sweep your arms forward and rise all the way up, drawing the shoulders back, lift your heart. Exhale, trace your palms in prayer all the way down to your heart center. Once more, inhale, sweep the arms overhead, gaze up. Exhale, bow into yourself. Press with your hands. Inhale, lengthen forward. Exhale, fold in. Root down to your feet. Inhale, rise all the way to the top. Exhale, trace your palms in prayer down to your heart center. Pause here, maybe eyes closed, 2 deep breaths. Feel the inhalation fill up all 3 parts of your torso. Listen to the exhalation, let it last just as long. Let's step your right foot all the way back and pivot to face the wide edge of your mat. We're going to move into a heart-centered flow. From your hip sockets, turn out both legs and bend your knees into a wide-legged squat. Let it be easy. You might rock a little side to side just to loosen up your inner thighs. Make sure to keep your knees safe by bending your knees in the same direction as the middle toes, right? And have the knees right on top of the ankles, but not past the ankles. Now press the feet down and inhale, straighten the legs, raise your arms overhead. Bend the knees again and exhale, press the palms slowly down in front of you. Straighten the legs as you inhale, sweep the arms forward like an invitation to your heart center. Bend the knees again as you exhale, spread the palms apart like you're sending that love out from your heart. Inhale, lift up, gathering energy. And then exhale, bend the knees, pressing the palms down, sort of showering in that renewed energy. Inhale, rise, scoop the hands towards the heart center, inviting in. And then exhale, bend the knees, spread the palms apart, sending out. Inhale, rise, gathering. Exhale, bend, showering. Inhale, rise, inviting. Exhale, bend, extending. Last time, inhale, rise, gathering. Exhale, bend, showering. Inhale, rise, inviting. Exhale, bend, extending. All right, let's bring the hands to the inner thighs. Stay in your wide-legged squat. Draw the tailbone down. Lift the spine from the pelvis. And drop one shoulder forward. Doesn't matter which. Twist to look over the opposite shoulder towards the sky. And try to relax the shoulders down the back. Breathing in fully. Staying here as you exhale. In the spinal twist, just helping to relax the muscles along the spine. 2 more breaths. Keep splaying the inner thighs apart, tracking the knees with your middle toes. Come back through center, straighten the legs. Rebend the knees, press the inner thighs apart. Dip the opposite shoulder forward. Look over the other shoulder towards the sky and press the shoulder blades down the back. Breathing in. Long breath out. Full breath in. Twisting a little more as you breathe out. Relaxing the eyes. Relaxing the tongue and jaw. Come back through center, straighten the legs. And shake out the arms, heel toe the feet together. Anything that needs to shake, sort of releasing anything that might need to just move through. Please make your way down to sit. And we'll come into a opening for the shoulders here. So let's take a moment to straighten the left leg forward and turn out the right thigh. Cross the right thigh over the left thigh. So we're going to come into cow face pose. You can set up here with your 2 sitting bones grounded, left leg straight, foot flexed, or you can bend the left knee as well. Choose the one that allows you to balance the pelvis where you're not tilting to one side or the other. And now with your right leg on top, take the strap in your left hand, raise your left arm and dangle that strap behind you. With your right hand, spin your left outer upper arm forward and bring the left elbow behind your head. Press the shoulders down, lift the chin parallel to the ground, and soften in the bottom of your front ribs. Bring the right hand beneath, behind you. Catch the bottom end of the strap with it. Walk your hands as close together as you can. If your hands meet, you can let go of the strap and clasp your fingers. Invite your left elbow to point upwards towards the sky, not towards the left wall. Now press your 2 sitting bones down as you breathe and lift up from the bottom of your spine through each vertebra, all the way through the top of your head. Keep your throat open, keep your shoulders relaxed, and then you might explore exhaling and folding from the hips. Inhaling as you press the pelvis towards the earth and stretch the spine from it. Maybe folding deeper as you exhale. Just make sure you can breathe well. Your throat is open. Your shoulders are relaxed. Cow face pose. Gomukhasana. We're here for about 5 or so more deep breaths. On your next inhalation, press the pelvis downward. Lead with your chest and slowly breathe in as you rise. Release your arms and cross your legs. And take a moment to just sit in stick pose. Lengthen through the spine. Notice your breathing. What sensations are you noticing the most in your body? Now let's turn out the left thigh and cross it over the right. Either keep the right leg straight and flex the foot, Or bend the right knee and splay the feet wider apart. Remember, choose the one that allows you to sit tall with both sitting bones balanced on the earth or sitting on a blanket. Raise your right arm and dangle the strap from your right hand. Use your left hand to spin your right tricep forward. Bring the right elbow behind your head and press both shoulders down. Lift the chin parallel to the ground and reach the left hand underneath behind you, catching the bottom end of the strap. Walk your hands as close together as you can. Maybe the hands clasp, maybe not. Press down through your pelvis. Lengthen up from the bottom of the spine, breathing in. Keep your throat open and your shoulders relaxed, and you might choose to fold as you breathe out, breath by breath, exploring your range of your forward folds. On your next inhalation, press your sitting bones down. Lead with your heart. Inhale to slowly rise. Release your arms, straighten the legs in front, and pause, observe, notice your breathing. Let's make our way back to tabletop pose, where we'll bring some focus into the back region of the heart energy center. With hands and knees on the floor, knees a couple inches behind the hips, shoulders stacked over wrists, let's prepare for a spinal twist called thread the needle. You can set up with your two knees on the floor as we will be threading the right arm under the left bent elbow like this. Or you can also add a stretch for the inner right thigh by stepping the right foot out to the right flat on the ground, where the arch of the foot is in line with the left knee. If you find that's too cumbersome, if you start out that way, you can always bring the right knee back to the ground. Press your left hand into the earth and inhale, raise your right arm, open your chest. As you exhale, thread your right arm underneath your left bent elbow. Lower the right side of your head all the way down. If your head does not comfortably rest on the ground, grab any of your props that you need to support your head comfortably. Allow your shoulders to soften away from your neck. And invite the breath into the backs of your lungs. Can you feel the back wall of your rib cage expanding as you breathe in? Can you feel the muscles between the ribs soften as you breathe out? Allowing the full length of your in-breath and out-breath. One more deep breath here. Slowly press yourself back up to tabletop. And take a moment there, a couple of breaths. You can move or just be still. Just let your body unravel from that twist. Notice what you're feeling. Now, see if you can set up similarly on your left side. You might step the left foot out to the left. Press your right hand down. Inhale, raise your left arm. Open the chest. Exhale, thread your left arm under your right bent elbow. Lower the left side of your head entirely. Remember to use props as a pillow if you need. And then let the shoulders soften back away from your neck. You might invite the breath to stretch the back wall of your lungs and rib cage. Feel the release, the relaxation promoted by the out-breath. One more cleansing breath here. Slowly lift yourself back up to tabletop. Whether you move the body here or be still, observe anything you're noticing for a couple of breaths. Start to glide your torso forward, hug your elbows to your ribs, and lower your chest. Lower your chin to the ground. Slither forward and let your forehead rest on the mat as we prepare for a moving, wide-armed Cobra Pose. So straighten the legs back, point your toes back, and slide your knees as close together as you comfortably can. Press the tops of your feet actively into the mat, where you can feel all the toenails pressing into the ground. Keep that action. It helps to stabilize and lengthen your lower back. And crawl your fingertips outside of your mat to the sides, bending the elbows 90 degrees. And on your next breath in, peel your shoulder bones behind you and begin to gently lift the chest as you look at the ground ahead. Slide the shoulder blades down the back, broaden the chest. Then exhale, slowly melt your upper belly, chest, forehead to the ground. Let's try that 3 more. So breathe in and roll the shoulders back. Draw the shoulder blades down the back. Lengthen your chest forward. Lengthen the back of your neck. Exhale, slowly lower all the way back down. Inhale, roll the shoulders back. Broaden the collarbones. Extend your heart center forward. Exhale, slowly release all the way down. One more time. Inhale, roll the shoulders back. Broaden your chest. Lengthen the back of your neck. Exhale, slowly release all the way to the ground. Nice. And then from here, plant your hands flat so the heels of your palms are alongside your floating ribs. Hug the elbows close to your rib cage. Firm down to the tops of the feet, stretching the legs long. Keep the pelvis on the floor and inhale, roll the shoulders behind you into Cobra Pose. To whatever depth feels comfortable for you to hold for about 3 breaths. You could gently look over one shoulder, then the other, or shake the head. Keep rolling the shoulder bones behind you. Slide the shoulder blades down the back. Draw your heart center forward. And when you're ready to come out of it, press back into Child's Pose, where the feet come together to touch as you sink your pelvis all the way down to your heels. Lengthen your arms forward and lower your forehead. Slide the shoulder blades down your back. Lengthen your neck. I invite you to breathe into the left and right walls of your rib cage, all the way up to your outer armpits and all the way down to the sides of your hips. Can you allow your chest, your heart to melt towards Mother Earth with each breath out? Inviting a softening at the heart, a sense of tenderness. Couple last deep breaths here in Balasana. Crawl your fingertips back towards your knees, drop your chin towards your chest, and very slowly breathe in and begin to roll your spine upright, circling the shoulders back and down as you lift up through the crown of your head. Find a way to sit upright comfortably, whether it's this position, which is called Hero's Pose, or supported Hero's Pose with a block or two stacked between the ankles, or have the legs in front of you. Maybe you sit on a pillow. Let's bring more spaciousness and clear energy flow through the region of the neck and shoulders, affecting the heart chakra. So from here, let's start to gently circle the head. Go as slow as you need to. Drop your chin down to your chest and start to lower one ear towards one shoulder. Take it all the way around twice in this direction. Deep breaths. Take your time to notice the different sensations and the different angles of movement. And when you're done, take it in the opposite direction twice. When you're finished, come back to a neutral position in the neck, lifting tall through the spine, pressing downward through the pelvis. Bring your hands behind you and interlace your fingers. If you can, hug the heels of your palms together. Now imagine you have a tennis ball in between your elbows. Squeeze the tennis ball between your elbows and reach your wrists over to your right outer hip. So with your wrists to your right outer hip, drop your right ear down towards your right shoulder. And as you're sitting tall, let the bottom of your front ribs soften inward towards your back body and downward towards your pubic bone while you lift up the lower spine. Press the pelvis down. Keep squeezing the tennis ball between the elbows, dropping the head towards the right ear, allowing your left collarbone to splay open from the sternum out to the shoulder head. Couple last breaths here. Relax behind the ears, across your jawline. Relax above the eyes, across your forehead. And then start to lift the crown of your head. Release your arms and give them any kind of movement. Maybe you flutter your arms like wings. Maybe you shake them out. How does this part of your body need to move to feel a sense of freedom and ease? Deep breath in through the nose. If you need side out with any sound, open the mouth. Now let's interlace the fingers with the opposite thumb and index finger on top. See if you can hug the heels of your palms together. Squeeze the imaginary tennis ball between your elbows and place your wrists outside your left hip or in that direction. This time, drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. And as you're pressing the pelvis downward, lift the lower spine from it. Seal the bottom of your front ribs inward towards your back and downward towards your pubic bone. And just let your head be heavy. Soften your tongue. Soften the areas surrounding your eyeballs, even behind your eyeballs. Maybe you gently lift the corners of your lips, inviting a feeling of a smile. Full breath in. Long cleansing breath out. Last couple of breaths here. And then come back to neutral spine. Once again, notice any kind of movement you're invited to do around your shoulders, your neck, anywhere. If you need to sigh to help energy move through, or even to howl, whatever sounds, let in a full breath. Open your mouth, let it go. Okay. Sit in a way that you can breathe well, and we're going to move into our next pranayama. This time I invite you into Nodi Shodhana Pranayama, which means alternate nostril breathing. Another way to relax your nervous system and to draw your attention deeper inward, especially if you practice with your eyes closed. Another mudra that also invites tuning inward is Gyan Mudra. So with your left hand, you might place the palm face up and let the thumb and index fingers touch. Now the right hand will be in Vishnu Mudra. That's where you stick out the thumb, pinky, and ring fingers. As we breathe just through the nose, very gently, we'll use the right thumb to close the right nostril like this. We'll use the right ring and pinky to close the left nostril like this. Alternate nostril breathing. As we're practicing this, you might close the eyes and turn your inward gaze to the center of your chest and upper back. Anahata Chakra, imagining a glowing, vibrant green light, like a thriving forest. All right, let's prepare to practice 3 cycles together and 3 cycles on your own by emptying this breath out. Close the mouth. Right thumb, close the right nostril. Inhale through left for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it in for 2, 1. Close left. Exhale right for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it. 2, 1. Inhale right. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 2, 1. Close right. Exhale left. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 2, 1. Second cycle. Inhale left. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 2, 1. Close left. Exhale right. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 2, 1. Inhale right. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 2, 1. Close right. Exhale left. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 2, 1. Third cycle. Inhale left for 6. Hold 2. Close left. Exhale right. 6. Hold 2. Inhale right. 6. Hold 2. Close right, exhale left, 6. Hold 2. Keep going for 3 more cycles on your own. When you finish, take your time, sit in natural breathing and observe anything you notice internally. As we move into our final resting pose, I invite you to set up in a supported heart opening posture, supported fish. Of course, if there's a different position that you'd rather be in Shavasana in, please choose that. Otherwise, here are a couple of options for supported fish. Tallest height of the block at the rearmost end of your mat. Medium height of the block going wide across the width of the mat. Either a bolster on top to create an incline that you can lean back into like this, or no bolster, gets a little deeper into opening the chest without a bolster. Keep the pelvis on the floor, find the area just beneath the bottom tips of your shoulder blades to make contact with the closest edge of the closest block, inviting your chest to expand and lift as your shoulders drop back and down. Let the back of your skull rest on the furthest block, creating a neutral curvature in your neck. And if you want more lift in the chest, you can tilt the block that's under your head 1 step or 2 steps lower. Rotate the shoulders back and turn the palms to face up, down by your thighs. And let your legs be in any position that invites relaxation and symmetry. Close your eyes. And imagine allowing a deep breath to be received by your entire body, physical and energetic body. So maybe it even surrounds your body. Hold it in for a few seconds, maybe sip in a little more air. Very slowly through the mouth, empty the breath. And let go of controlling your breathing. As the breath releases naturally from your body, allow your body to relax deeper and deeper into stillness. Shavasana. Allow your eyes to remain closed and your body to be still. Notice what you're feeling in your physical body right now. Bring your mind's eye to the middle of your chest and the surrounding areas of your heart energy center. Do you notice anything there? You might begin to rub your thumbs gently across your fingertips, bringing awareness to sensations further away from the heart. Little by little easing into movements and stretches. Taking your time to gently turn over onto your right side and rest your head. As you pause there, witness the flow of your natural breath. What do you sense about your energy? Does it feel any different since you arrived in this practice? Take your time to root your palms into the earth and lift your body up slowly. Find a comfortable way to sit for 5 minutes, sitting in meditation. Choose a position that allows you to feel grounded, alert, and relaxed. You might place your hands in Gyan Mudra. You might place your hands in the heart chakra mudra of lotus, in which you bring the thumb tips to touch your sternum, and your hands create the shape of a lotus flower. Heels of the palms touch, pinky finger edges touch, and the other fingers spread apart, facing up towards the sun. Choose a mudra that supports your intention and focus. You might have your eyes closed or gently gazing downcast in front of you. Sense the natural movement of the breath being received by your body and being released. Allow your lips to form a very soft, subtle smile, cultivating a friendly energy, a joyfulness. And if you're not feeling genuinely joyful, instead of the smile covering up how you're really feeling, let it be a way of welcoming all the feelings you're experiencing. So the smile is the essence of unconditional openness to what is. Now let your inner gaze rest on the center of your chest and upper back, visualizing and illuminating green glowing lights. Stoked with each inhalation to expand more vibrantly. Along with it, the feeling of love, of joy, of peace, of harmony, connectedness. Each inhalation renewing that feeling, and each exhalation allowing it to spread as you visualize that green glow spreading throughout your physical body. And as that green glow continues to expand greater and greater with each natural new breath, allow the energy of it to also expand beyond the borders of your physical body, illuminating the space surrounding you, and eventually the room that you might be sitting in, and all residing in it. Through your visualization, your imagination, allow that green light from your heart to continue spreading, having no boundary, extending energy of pure love to whomever and whatever and wherever you desire. Let there be no limit to where it can extend, so it can even extend across space and time, into the past, into the future. Sensing the vastness of heart energy, your heart energy. Observe how your heart and mind feel now. And you might gather your palms in prayer, bowing in to offer gratitude to yourself for showing up, to our community for showing up, to the teachers and their teachers who have spread this practice of yoga to us today. And revisit your intention. Remember to whom you dedicated this practice. And as we close, sending out the resonance of our practice through our voice, let's chant the Bija mantra, Yam, 3 times. Let in a deep breath. Yam. 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 Bowing in towards your heart center and your inner teacher. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.